Hello, traders. I'm back after my vacation. Um, I did take a little vacation from trading as well. I just felt like I needed to clear my mind. I was not seeing the market well, and I was trading what I wanted to happen instead of what was happening. And that's never a good scenario. That's kind of my goal for this week is to trade what I see rather than what I think. And it's always a struggle because we trade with our emotions and end up trading what we want to happen instead of what is actually happening. This is a daily chart here, and I'm going to put a fib on this just so we can kind of get an idea of what's going on. This was the last time we made an all-time high. Okay, so right there is the last all-time high. I need to flip this fib around. Let's see if I can invert it. Let's see. Left, reverse. There we go. And I'm going to put the 125 on here. Okay. So you can see here, we made the all-time high. We pulled back, had some fair value gaps in the daily, and then went up to the 25% extension mark. And then we didn't want to go any higher than that. Tariff news hit. We fell out of bed. So will that pattern repeat itself? Well, I've noticed on extension of ranges, a lot of times that 25% extension is something that happens a lot. Okay. So that number does come up a lot. So we're in blue sky territory once we start peaking that all-time high. So, well, do we need to have an aim point, or we're going to have a profit target of a certain dollar amount or point amount that we're going to be trying to grab for and then get out? So just out of curiosity, I went ahead and put a fib on this entire rundown. So I guess you could go all the way to there and then bring the fib. This is just a measuring tool, by the way. It's not actual Fibonacci numbers. All the way up to where we popped the all-time high, which just happens to be at settlement from Friday. And then the 25% extension, I went ahead and marked it. And so that's at 474-ish. Let's see what those coordinates say. Yeah. 22,898. No, that's way down there at the bottom. That's not helping me out at all. I'll just hover over it. So it's looking like 24,474.25-ish would be a full 25% extension of this range. I could have some of these numbers off. So let's just say 24,450. Let's just say 24,450 as our kind of a target of 25% extension of the range. Will that happen? I don't know. But from if you're just having a blue sky number, that's a good blue sky number to try to hit. Okay, so if you look at the daily chart here, we have a couple of fair value gaps that could be addressed. This one, we poked into it several times. I think this last move down, we actually filled it with that wick the entirety of the way right before we marched for those all-time highs. So there's the entire thing. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that 25% mark. We don't care about that down here. But no, we worked into the upper quadrant of this daily fair value gap. I don't have it drawn right now. Okay, there we go. There we go. We worked into the upper quadrant. Didn't quite make it to the 50% mark. But we also have a larger one down here. And this one is kind of interesting to me. Right there. No, it's this one. That one right there, I think, is the one I'm interested in. Okay, so let's go to the 4-hour and see how that one looks. Okay, yeah, that's the one I was thinking. So how we poked down with these wicks into this area several times To me, that's saying big money is interested in buying down here. So they'll put a gigantic order down here and it'll come down, fill it, and then we go right back up to where we were trading before. Come down, fill it, go right back up. Come down and fill that big order and go right back up. Now we made all-time highs. So from that perspective, could we revisit this area from where we closed? It's only 300 points away. Highly possible we could revisit that area. And then go right back up to all-time highs in the same day. But will we do that? Who knows? On the 4-hour perspective, we just filled in this fair value gap. This level, if you want to look at it, is basically 22,600-ish. Look at those long wicks on the 4-hour and you can mark them out. I'm going to delete that for a moment and I'm going to put one right here. This is a possible hypo to the downside. I don't know that I would want to be taking shorts in this environment, but if the opportunity presents itself, I will. This level right here, this is to me is a relative equal low cluster on the 4-hour chart. And it also corresponds very nicely with a fair value gap. That's the high of that fair value gap is right there. And then we have a cluster of 4-hour lows. So, and we put a fair value gap to the downside there. So the possibility of it wicking into this a little ways and then coming down and taking these out, that's a possibility of a short. We are in an extremely bullish market. But remember the last all-time highs, we poked the high, we came back down, took out some fair value gaps, and then extended the range. So you could view this as we may be trading down to here, or we may be trading down to here. And I'm going to wait and see what happens when it gets here, rather than trying to catch the move here in an extremely bullish market. That's probably the hypo I'm going to go with. But if the market does present itself, show me a good reversal signal in the halfway point of this, I might try to grab 20 points or so off of it, but I'm not going to try to hold it until it takes these out. Now, if it puts a reversal signal when it takes these, I'll be holding that one until the cows come home. Okay, it's because I'm going into the week bullish, looking for longs, but I'm willing to take a short for low-hanging fruit for just a few points at a time. I'm not really comfortable in the environment we're in to hold a short for very long at all. So that's kind of my hypo. I think we come down, we take out these lows, maybe even work into this fair value gap, maybe the halfway point, and then adios payada all-time highs. That's what I would like to see happen. I would like to get involved somewhere in this quadrant right here. This needs a 50% and needs to remain open for us to remain bullish. So put that number in your head, 22,771. We need to stay above that with candle bodies for us to remain bullish. So I'm going to mark that out as the CE of 4-hour fair value gap. I'll just put 50%. 50% 4-hour fair value gap. There we go. And this would be the top of the gap, or I can just make it relative equal lows. Get rid of the fibs. So at 22,970, I would be looking at a short for just a few points. And at this one here, 22,809 down to 22,771, I would be looking for a reversal pattern for a long. And that's my hypo for the week. And I hope I can make that turn into a really profitable week based on that hypo. But my goal is to trade what I see, not what I think. And to remember that I am a reversal trader and I only take trades at higher time frames, highs and lows, and only when a reversal pattern is present. And also, I'm going to remind myself that I hate being broke. And so take my profit when I see it. Don't expect a $1,500 day when you're getting multiple $500 days. Don't hold out. Just throw that $500 out the window because you didn't get 15. Well, those are my self talks and my goals for myself. Take that profit, $200 a day, $400 a day, $500 a day, $800 a day will get you funded a lot quicker than if you're holding out for $1,500 every day and over leveraging trying to get $1,500 every day. Remember to be kind to yourself and be kind to one another. Love each and every one of you. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them down below. I have discovered and been going to a daily meditation. That's market generated. I mean, the lady that's putting it on is a trader, a profitable trader. And I don't know, it's really been helping me focus in the morning and get my mind right before I trade. It's not necessarily helping me with bad entries or when a reversal pattern doesn't pan out the way I expected it to, but it's keeping me calmer, helping me handle my emotions better. And her name is Lisa Spirit Trades. I will put a link for it in the description below if you're interested. Please come join us. She starts at 7 o'clock every morning. And there's a form. If you go to one of her videos on her YouTube page, you can fill out the form. It'll be in the description of any of her videos. Fill out the form and she'll send you an email to the Zoom link. And then you can join us for the morning meditation. It just helps calm me down. I really do enjoy going. So if that's something you're interested in, I will put a link to her channel below. Until next time, trade well.